there lived a young man named Ahmad. He was a farmer and very hardworking. When Ahmad was only 2 years old, his father sent his mother away for sleeping with other men. When his mother left Uyo village, she took Ahmad along with her. They both left Uyo village. When Ahmad turned 18, his mother died. He said to himself, I must go back to my father's land. So, Ahmad returned to Uyo. However, because Ahmad had not grown up in Uyo, he never learned how to swim. Upon his return to Uyo, his father's village, Ahmad became a farmer. In a few years, he was well established. His chief blessed him, and he had goats, cattle, pigs, and a large farmland. He even had people working for him. After a while, Ahmad decided to get married. He fell in love with Ugo, the daughter of a hunter. Ugo was very beautiful, she was tall and had well-rounded hips. One day, as Ahmad and Ugo took a walk, Ahmad reached out to her and said, Ugo, my love, I want to bring my people to see your father and ask for your hand in marriage. Ugo was excited. She replied, Obim, I cannot wait to be your wife. She hurried back to her house to inform her parents. Her excitement was contagious. Her father sat her down and said, My daughter, Ahmad is a good man. I give you my blessings. Ugo thanked her father, and soon, preparations for their wedding began in earnest. Ahmad and Ugo got married, and their chief blessed them with children very quickly. They were happy. One day, as Ahmad and Ugo were taking a stroll, Ahmad said to her, Since I came back to my father's village, see how my chi has blessed me. But since I got married to you, my chi has blessed me even more. Ugo chuckled and replied, Obim, we must take a gift to the gods as soon as we can to thank them for all the blessings. One day, while they were speaking, they heard a boy screaming for help. Help! Help! My sister is drowning. Without thinking, Ahmad ran into the river to save the little girl, forgetting that he could not swim. It was only when he was in the river that he remembered he could not swim, but by then, it was too late. He tried all he could to save himself, but it was to no avail. Ahmad drowned. Ugo was inconsolable. It was a rare occasion for someone to die by drowning in the village, let alone two people drowning on the same day. It was the tradition in Uyo village that anyone who drowned had to be buried by the riverbank, otherwise, their spirit would not rest and would keep wandering. After a few days, the body of the little girl resurfaced and was buried by the riverbank. However, Ahmad's body was never found. Weeks turned into months, and eventually, the search was abandoned. The villagers believed that Ahmad's body had been eaten by fish or buried in the river. 3 years later, in a big city called Oni, there lived a young lady named Sinachi. She was the only daughter of a wealthy trader, and everyone loved her, especially her father. Sinachi's father tried to match her with sons of his friends, hoping she would marry into a respectable family. One day, her father said to her, My daughter, the home you marry into is more important than the man you marry. I am trying to make sure you marry well. Sinachi, however, had been secretly seeing a young man named David. She met him at the market one day and fell in love with him. David showered Sinachi with gifts and confessed his love for her. When Sinachi asked about his family, he told her he was an orphan and had no siblings. He avoided introducing her to any family members, always coming up with excuses. Eventually, Sinachi's father discovered her relationship with David and was furious. He asked, Who is he? Where is he from? Sinachi could not answer and simply said, I love him, Papa, and he loves me too. Her father was heartbroken. Sinachi, determined to stay with David, moved in with him and soon became pregnant. She gave birth to a girl and named her Uju after her late husband's wife. Sinachi insisted on being married properly, but David continued to make excuses. Finally, he agreed to take her to his village. On the day of the journey, Sinachi dressed herself and the children in their best clothes. They traveled to Uyo village, and Sinachi was in awe of the beautiful, water-surrounded village. However, upon arrival, David disappeared. Sinachi, frantic, began asking villagers if they had seen her husband. She explained that David had brought her to meet his family. The villagers told her that David was not from their village. Instead, they directed her to Motsi's compound, where they met the village elder. Motsi explained that his son, Ahmad, had drowned years ago. When Sinachi showed him a picture of her husband, Motsi screamed, "This is my son, Ahmad." Sinachi fainted. It dawned on her that she had married a dead man. The villagers performed rituals to appease the water goddess and allow Ahmad's spirit to rest. Sinachi fled the village with her children, ashamed. She settled in another city, started a food business, and became successful. One day, she was invited to cook at a wedding. As she served the guests, she saw the groom and realized it was her late husband, David. She screamed his name, and he vanished. Sinachi fainted yet again. After she recovered, Sinachi explained everything to the bride's family. The bride, heavily pregnant, went into labor prematurely and gave birth. Sinachi and the bride's family traveled back to Uyo village to perform the final rituals to lay Ahmad's spirit to rest. As they moved on with their lives, nobody heard anything more about David ever again or whether the rituals worked out for sure. The moral of this story is to always ask the right questions before entering into a relationship. Know where your partner is from, and in today's age, even check medical histories. Marriage is a life decision that should not be taken lightly. I hope you learned a lot from this story, and I would like you to share your experiences with me in the comment section and let me know if this has happened to someone that you know. If you enjoyed this story, please make sure to click on the like button, share, subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification bell for more sweet stories like this one.